DJ Burns living large. NC State basketball got the win in the final moments against Notre Dame last night. And this one, sometimes you just got to throw your hands up and say, didn't see that one coming.
Literally a last-second win.
As Dennis, go ahead and tell them your favorite stat out of this game.
That NC State led for a total of 0.6 seconds.
0.6
Still
seconds.
won.
Just the very, very perfect 0.6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
If you could only choose 0.6 seconds, you would choose the final 0.6 seconds. But it gets crazier the more you look at it. With 16 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first period, Notre Dame was up 9-4. That's when ESPN's win probability shifted to Notre Dame's side, so they were predicted to win by ESPN's win probability. NC State did not become favored again until 0.6 seconds left in the game. It got down as far as 94.9% favor for Notre Dame, and NC State won that basketball game. Now, here's where it gets, again, like, I don't pretend to know everything, and I darn sure didn't see this one playing out this way. On Pack Therapy podcast, available everywhere. Go ahead and check it out. I said on the podcast that we recorded yesterday morning that one of the things NC State needed to do was find their roles. What's this role going to be? What's that role going to be? And I said DJ Burns is their best one-on-one bucket getter. I still think that's true. Last night obviously proved that. But I added this caveat, which I wish I did not add. If it did come down to a buzzer beater at the end of a game, you're probably not going to look to DJ Burns simply because you look to a perimeter player in that instance most of the time, right? Post the moves, the footwork and everything, sometimes it's not conducive to clock winding down, right? You have to wait for your defense to make a move, then you reach, I teach. It's all reaction down there. It's more of a dance. The perimeter players can, crossover, dribble, hezzy, pull up, and that's an old school Kevin Durant joke. You can create your own timeline of things. So, of course, after saying DJ Burns is not the guy they would go to when they absolutely need a buzzer beater, that night they absolutely needed a buzzer beater, and they drew up a play for DJ Burns in the post.
Yeah.
So, credit to him, credit to Coach Keats, credit to everybody for feeling it out, and most importantly, credit to DJ Burns. Easily the most impressive part of what DJ Burns did at the end of that game was knowing there was enough time for the pump fake and the up and under. That takes a wild amount of poise. It's the clock with like 5 seconds or less in your brain is going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In real life, it feels like it's going 5, 4. And it's so tempting to shoot it too early. It's so tempting. I mean, that's why the guy jumped on the pump fake, because he's thinking, there's no way he's going to pump fake. There's no time on the clock. Then he goes under, little scoop, has the wherewithal to get it up quickly. It was a great play. And it allowed NC State to win a gosh darn ugly game.
Yeah.
Just a real hideous one. Only a mother could love. Like, it was a hideous game. But NC State won, so it's like, all right, it wasn't that bad. Not many players on NC State played well. Nobody really scored well. Here's Kevin Keats, the coach, on winning without their top guys playing well, and, of course, DJ Burns.
DJ Burns didn't play well. DJ Horn didn't play well. Either Jake Taylor or Casey Marcel played well. When the score was tied, I wanted to get him the basketball. I knew that he would deliver for us, and I thought he did a great job. Give him credit. He wasn't playing well, sit on the bench. I thought Mo and both Ben did a tremendous job chipping away, keeping us in the game, and he made a great play.
He didn't play well, and 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 he didn't play. And we won the game.
And you won the game.
There is art in winning ugly. There is skill in winning hideous. NC State shot 28.8% from the field. They shot 17.6% from three.
Bruh.
and they won the game. You don't give any wins back. They probably wanted to give this one back a couple times. Like, let's just, if you're playing a video game, you unplug it, you plug it back in, you don't save it, you start over. But they won. Here's more from Keats on finding a way to win a game when both teams, he says in the 50s, it's in the lower 50s.
We got into our press, and it was about 7:45 left in the game. I think we were down 11. I talked about, hey, let's just cut this thing at the 4 minutes. It just happened to be 2 minutes left in the game by the time we got to the 4-minute timeout. We just found a way. We did not play well. We couldn't score the basketball. I think a lot of it probably had, because we were just playing our first game back. But we found a way to win the game in the 50s, and that doesn't happen for us.
And that doesn't happen for us. Well, maybe you're different, Keats. Maybe this year it does happen for you. It is the mark of good teams that you can win in a bunch of different ways. Now, I wouldn't bank on being able to do this often. I wouldn't go into games saying like, hey, if we shoot less than 30%, if our leading scorers can't buy a bucket at all, if they can't hit the ocean from a boat, that's how we like to play. I wouldn't go that far. But I do think there is confidence in this game. Right? In the past, let's call a spade, right? In the past, if State shows up and they're not shooting well, it's a loss. And the more and more that happens, the more and more inclined a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old, a newcomer to the team, the more and more inclined they are to say, not our night, oh well. But you win a couple of these, suddenly everyone's engaged, everyone's locked in all the way to the end, regardless of how you're playing, because you can win ugly. Now go win a shootout, right? Now win 102-99. Now go do that, and then you can be confident in every single type of game. It's the exact opposite of what I was worried about with State earlier in the year. Their back-to-back losses to BYU and Ole Miss were wildly different. One was low-scoring, bad shooting. One was high-scoring, lost in a shootout. And I went, uh-oh. If you can lose every kind of game, that means every loss is on the table. Right? That means every game is a potential loss. But the same is true the other way. If you win 54-52, then you win scoring in the 80s, a win is always on the table, no matter how the other team wants to play. It's the equivalent of a football team with, a great passing game, a great running game, and a solid defense. You look at the other team, go, all right, you want to mash this into the ground, you want to play it in the mud, and you want it to be ball control? We'll hand it off to our running back. We'll play field position.
Yeah.
You want to go out there and start slinging it around and pushing it downfield? We'll open our quarterback up and see what happens. We'll beat you at what you do best. If you can do that, it's very empowering for a college basketball team going into conference play. And make no mistake about it, if we just boil it down to the simplicity, winning your first game when you really hit the meat of your ACC schedule, just winning the game is a big move. Right? If we take away all the how did it happen, you won the game. That matters. You beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame's not bad. And at times they look bad last night.
Yes.
But you're not one to speak because you were right there with them. Actually, you were behind them for most of the game. So, hey, keep that to yourself.